Tonight's body cam starts with a car on its side, in a quiet neighborhood. The driver says it just happened, then acts like every question is beneath her. But here's the twist. She claims she hasn't been drinking, and minutes later, she admits she did. And when officers ask for basic sobriety checks, she refuses everything, then tries to argue the arrest is illegal because of Miranda. So what actually happened? And what does the law really say in moments like this? Let's walk through it, step by step. This video is presented for educational and documentary commentary. Names and statements are shown as heard in the footage.
I don't know.
You're not sure?
Yeah.
It's your car?
This is my vehicle,
Yeah.
yes, obviously.
Well, how did it end up on its side? Do you know? Did it just...
I mean, obviously it didn't just
Right.
by itself.
I see a kid's seat. There wasn't a kid in here when this happened,
No,
was there? Okay.
no children in here. Obviously, this didn't just happen by itself.
Right.
So that,
Were you driving it?
I obviously was driving the vehicle.
Okay.
So, I mean, do you,
Go ahead.
do you
Just need the
always
one
ask
for
redundant
Adam Victor.
questions, or you just ask questions?
I just ask questions. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, that's all.
Yeah,
It's
I mean-
Rachel, right?
It is, Rachel. It's nice. Yeah. I was just driving down the road. And then on
10-4,
my
can you,
vehicle.
So were you driving this way?
Yeah, obviously. That's the way the vehicle's facing.
Why do you
So,
keep saying obviously?
well, I mean, I think everything
trying
with
to-
the scene is pretty obvious. So,
Okay.
I don't think there's much left to...
I guess, did you just not see the car on the side of the road, or how did it end up getting hit?
There was no car on the side of the road.
There wasn't?
Not to my knowledge, no. There was a car driving this way. I was clearly driving in my lane.
Okay. Go ahead. Ten four, thank you. Where are you coming from tonight, Rachel?
I was coming from my friend's house on the south of town.
On south of town?
South. Yeah.
The south side of town? South side of Eau
Yes.
Claire?
Yeah.
What's their address? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would have to get my cell phone, which is in the car. But we had stopped to pick up a friend at Hobbsy's.
Where is that?
Hobbsy's is a tavern on this side of town, but I don't know their exact address. I'm not
Okay.
super
Was there anyone
familiar
in the
with it.
vehicle with you when this
No,
happened?
there was nobody with me, and I can tell you, like, there was obviously
You had anything to drink tonight, Rachel?
no, I
You
haven't.
can just be honest with me.
No, I
It's not
haven't.
gonna it's not gonna incriminate you any further or anything
No,
like
I know. Nope, no.
that. Nothing to drink, huh?
Not since 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
So I would
About a
say,
few hours, huh?
yeah. Like,
What did you have at 6?
I had what we considered a beer cocktail,
Beer
I
cocktail.
guess.
How much alcohol would you say is in that?
It's a 4%. 4%.
And you just had one of them.
Yeah, it's just a fun.
Okay.
We were at a fantasy football draft tonight.
That
so.
explains the jersey. You a Cowboys?
Yeah,
Are
that's
you a
why I'm in
Cowboys
New
fan?
Jersey. Yeah, I'm
You
a
are?
Cowboys fan.
All right.
But yeah, I just had one cocktail. It was a, I don't know the brand name of the cocktail. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's not bad at all.
But I know it was 4% alcohol.
Okay. Do you have any issues with your eyes at all? Like, do you have any?
No, I
never had
don't
any.
have any ocular degeneration that I'm aware of.
Do you have any? First and foremost, I guess I should have asked this a little bit ago. Are you injured at all?
No, you probably should have asked that right away, right?
Yeah, you're right. I should have, but I forgot. I mean, you were walking, so
It's okay.
Wasn't.
I mean, it's fine.
Okay. So here's the deal, Rachel.
So here's the deal. I won't answer any more of your questions.
You're not going to answer any more of my questions?
No.
Okay. Well, you don't have to answer anything.
If you'd like to know, nope. Actually, I'll let you know what's going on from now, because you've superseded your rights of asking me questions.
Hi, ma'am. Can I talk to you?
Nope. And so any more questions you have, you can talk to my attorney. All right?
What's your name?
You can talk to my attorney.
It's Rachel.
He knows my name.
Is it Rachel?
I won't be answering any more of your questions. Okay. I think I've made that very clear.
All right. Well, I'm just getting on scene.
Yeah,
here, so I don't know what's going on.
I think I've made it very clear that any more questions anyone has for me.
Why do you think you need an attorney right now?
I think in general, any citizen that encounters a law enforcement officer outside of any normal circumstance should just refer that to an attorney.
Okay. So any interaction with a law
I don't
officer?
think that any interaction you and I have beyond what him and I have.
Where have you been drinking tonight, Rachel?
I haven't been drinking tonight.
I can smell the alcohol from you.
Well, I guess you can smell the alcohol from me, but I haven't been drinking, so.
Okay. Why am I smelling alcohol from you? You don't know? Have you been around people who have been drinking? Is there a reason why I'm smelling alcohol right now? It doesn't come from nowhere. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Makes total sense,
So where have you been drinking tonight?
I think I already told you. Any questions you have, you can talk to my attorney.
We've been over that.
Okay.
Are you... Yeah,
I think that's like very
Did you
clear.
ask about fields?
No.
Are you willing to perform any field tests for us tonight?
No, I would not be willing to perform.
You willing to do a PBT for us tonight?
No.
Okay, you're going to be under arrest for OWI.
Okay.
I got
Nora 163 headquarters, 156 has 1 plus 255. Who is that? Coming right there.
Oh.
Is everything okay?
Yep. Do you know her?
Okay.
Okay.
Am I okay?
I just wondered.
I'm okay. Are you okay?
Yep, everyone's okay, thanks.
Okay.
I am okay. Thank you for asking. Alright, this one, your wrists are so tiny. I'm gonna loosen it up and we're gonna have to tighten it.
Okay. You guys okay?
Where do you live? I guess. Or do you have a preference for who deals with your vehicle at all?
There we go.
Okay. Nora 163 headquarters, over.
Do you have any weapons on you, Rachel?
No.
Okay. Do you have anything in the vehicle that you need to come with you?
No.
Phone, wallet, keys, anything like that?
No, honey.
Okay. Alright.
We're good.
Ready?
Okay. You ready? Let's go. You're fucking. Hey, it's okay. You're just doing your job, okay?
Alright. Focus on where you're walking, please.
Okay, no, I won't be saying anything else. Okay? You understand that?
What's that?
I won't be talking with them.
That's fine. You don't have to say anything.
Thank you.
Alright, hop in.
It's okay. You're fine. Hey, you're doing that. You're doing that.
Thank you. Alright, put your feet in.
Hey. You're doing that.
All right, let's break down what we just watched, because this stop wasn't just about a flipped car. It was about contradictions, refusals, and a driver trying to control the scene with law talk, while officers build a case with what they can actually observe. And here are the 3 questions that matter most. 1. Did the officers have enough to arrest without a breath test on the street? 2. Does the Miranda argument actually change anything here? 3. What does refusing the chemical test mean, right now and later? Stay with me, because the Miranda part is where most people get confused, and it's exactly what Rachel is leaning on. First, the timeline, simple and clean. Officers arrive to a quiet neighborhood with a vehicle on its side. Rachel identifies herself as the driver and immediately takes an attitude. Obviously. Why are you asking? It's all obvious. She initially claims she hasn't been drinking, then shifts to, not since 6 p.m., and describes having a drink at a fantasy football event. When officers ask for field sobriety tests and a preliminary breath test, she refuses both. Officers arrest her for OWI. Later, she argues the arrest is assumptive and repeatedly claims the arrest is unlawful because they never read Miranda. Then comes the official chemical test request, blood or equivalent, and she refuses that too, unless she speaks to an attorney first. Finally, she can't produce a sober ride, so she's taken to jail. That's the spine of the story. Now here's the key. Rachel tries to make this about words and technicalities, but the case is usually built on facts plus behavior plus procedure. Let's unpack that. What makes this video so intense isn't just the crash, it's how she talks to the officers. Rachel doesn't just answer questions, she challenges the right to ask them. She uses phrases like obviously as a shield, trying to make normal investigative questions sound unreasonable. That's a classic conflict pattern. If you can make the officer look incompetent on camera, you can sell the idea that the entire case is invalid. But here's what the camera also shows. Officers are dealing with a car flipped in a residential area, a likely property damage scenario, and a driver who's not giving a clean timeline. Let's talk about the drinking statements, because this is where the tone shifts. At first it's, no, I haven't been drinking. Then it becomes, not since 6 p.m. Then, a drink, 4%, fantasy football draft. Is that automatically proof she was intoxicated? No. But inconsistencies matter because they raise a reasonable question. Why not just say the same story from the beginning? When someone changes their answer under pressure, especially after a crash, officers start looking at the total picture. Severity of the crash, odor of alcohol, demeanor, clarity and consistency, willingness to do basic checks. And that leads us to the biggest pivot in this video, refusal. In a second, I'll explain why refusing tests can be legally complicated, even if you're sober. Field sobriety tests and PBTs are often presented as optional, and depending on the location, some are voluntary. But voluntary doesn't mean zero consequences. Here's the neutral reality. Refusing a roadside test doesn't automatically mean guilt, but it removes one of the fastest ways to clear suspicion in the moment. And in this case, we're not talking about a minor fender bender. The car is flipped, there's property damage, a neighborhood witness is involved. Officers are working a serious scene. So when Rachel refuses, officers have to decide, do they have enough indicators to arrest and move the investigation forward at the station where the evidentiary procedures happen? That's why you see the moment where the stop goes from figuring out what happened to, this is an OWI investigation now. Now, Miranda. This is where Rachel tries to plant a flag. She argues, you didn't read me Miranda rights, so this is unlawful. But in many places, Miranda warnings are tied to custodial interrogation, meaning when you're in custody and police are asking questions designed to elicit incriminating statements. Not reading Miranda at the exact moment of arrest typically does not automatically erase an arrest. Instead, it can affect whether certain statements are admissible later, depending on what was asked and when. So if someone is repeating Miranda like it's a magic spell, that's usually not how it works in real life. Rachel's strategy seems less about clarity and more about controlling the narrative. If she can convince the viewer the cops messed up, she can make the arrest look illegitimate, even if the underlying evidence still stands. And the part that matters even more than Miranda is what happens next, the chemical test decision, because that's where consequences can kick in immediately. When officers read the chemical test advisory, this becomes a formal yes or no moment. Rachel refuses unless she speaks to an attorney first. Here's the neutral point. In many jurisdictions, driving comes with implied consent rules, meaning if you're lawfully arrested for OWI-related suspicion, refusing an evidentiary test can trigger administrative penalties, like license suspension, separate from the criminal case. So even if Rachel believes she's protecting herself by refusing, she may be stepping into a different set of consequences. That's why officers often treat refusal as serious, because it affects the legal pathway of the case. Then we get another moment viewers miss. The officer offers a potential alternative, release to a sober, responsible party. That's not always on the table in every scenario, but you can hear it being discussed. Rachel can't name someone local. She says her husband is in Nebraska, so now the officer is left with limited options. Release isn't available. Refusal has been recorded. The crash was significant. The investigation continues. At booking. And that's how you end up with jail. Not necessarily because of one sentence, but because the total sequence closes off the softer exit routes. Now the big question everyone asks. If she really wasn't intoxicated, why not just test and prove it? Let's talk about that, without guessing facts we don't have. To be fair, there are things we do not know from this clip alone. We don't have a confirmed BAC result on screen. We don't have the full medical context, fatigue, injury, medication, distraction, mechanical issues. Any of those could play a role in a crash. But here's what we do have on camera. A serious crash outcome alcohol odor reported by officers, shifting answers about drinking refusal of multiple tests, escalating argumentative behavior. So the video doesn't prove everything, but it shows why officers made the decisions they made, step by step. Alright, lessons from this one. Lesson 1. Don't drive after drinking, especially after just one. Because one can be bigger than you think, stronger than you think, and it hits people differently. Lesson 2. If you want to protect yourself, don't argue the law on the roadside. You can be polite, say you'd like counsel, and stay quiet, but turning it into a courtroom speech rarely helps in the moment. Lesson 3. Understand the difference between rights and procedures. Miranda isn't a get-out-of-jail card, and refusal decisions can have consequences that kick in fast. Lesson 4. Your consistency matters. In a high-stakes situation, crash, property damage, potential impairment, changing your story raises suspicion, even if you think you're explaining. Now I want to hear from you. If you were the officer on this scene, car flipped, odor detected, driver refusing every test, would you have arrested based on the totality of circumstances, or handled it differently? Drop your take in the comments, keep it respectful, argue the ideas, not the person. If you want more real Bodycam breakdowns with clear timelines and neutral analysis, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next case is even wilder. It starts as a routine call, and turns into a situation where one decision changes everything. I'll pin a comment with the next episode link once it's up, because you're going to want to see how that one ends. Thanks for watching, stay safe, make smart choices, and I'll see you in the next one.